Hi, hello friends, welcome to the channel. In today's session, we'll be seeing Unit 2 Mechatronics MCQs. Question number 1. Question number 1. The CPU built on a single IC chip is called. We have seen desktop. In desktop, we have separate CPU. In modern laptops and notebooks, we'll be having laptops, notebooks, and mobile phones. We'll be having no such big components separate for CPU. In that case, they'll be using the entire CPU function by using a single IC chip, that is integrated chip, like a memory card. Okay, imagine a small memory card or a motherboard type. Small, it will be in green color and have some circuits in it. That IC chip, the entire CPU, that IC chip performs the entire function of the CPU, but not for storing. You can't enter CD drives, you can't enter hard drives, that all floppy disk, you can't enter it, you can't insert it, but other functions it will be performing, such as we'll be calling a CPU as a brain of the computer, but here the IC chip acts as the brain of the computer. What all performance CPU does, other than giving in floppy disk, hard disk, that all you should not consider, but other than that, all the performance what the CPU does, this is done by a single IC chip. Hence it is called as a CPU built on a single IC chip is called as a microprocessor. That single IC chip's name is a microprocessor. That microprocessor performs all the function done by the CPU in our laptops, mobile phones, notebooks. Notebooks is similar to laptop only. Tab, that all operation will be using a microprocessor. I'm going with option number A, microprocessor. The CPU built on a single IC chip is called a microprocessor. Question number 2. The elements of a microprocessor are. We have 3 elements for a microprocessor, that are the arithmetic and logic unit, the register array, and the control unit. So I'm going with option number D, all the above. You have to remember that ALU controls in ALU will be performing arithmetic values, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, logic also, add, or, nor, XOR, that all performance will be complement, that all be done by arithmetic and logical units. All mathematical calculations and logical calculations will be done in arithmetic and logic unit. In register array is for memory purpose. Whatever memory instructions for setting a program, you need instructions. That instructions will be stored in register array. For controlling purpose, we will be using control unit, timing control unit. You are giving a input command. That input command should be executed in 10 seconds. That all will be controlled in by control unit. Which command must be given first? Which command must be executed first? Which command must be taken to decision first? That all will be taken in control unit. Question number 3. Dash is a storage unit within the microprocessor used to solve the data address of instructions of any program. I'll be writing here with control unit. Okay, control unit. Question number 3. Dash is storage unit within the microprocessor used to store the data address of the instructions of any program, which is used. The option number A is given as register array. Option number B is given as ALU, that is the arithmetic and logic unit. Option number C is given as control unit, and option number D is given as all the above. I told you all memory storage applications is done by register array, so I'm going with option number A, register array. For data address means addresses means they are similar to memories. Similarly for in a microprocessor we have number of sections. Just you have take a village. In village there are number of houses. For each houses will be given a set name. For a house will be, if there is 10 houses, first house is given as the name A, second house is given as the name B, Imagine third house is given as the name C, fourth house is given as the name D, fifth house is given as the name E, sixth house is given as the name F, seventh house is given as the name I, eighth house is given as the name G, ninth house is given as H. Consider, I'm writing up, if there is a village and there are 6 number of houses. First house is given as A, second house is given as B, third house is given as C, fourth house is given as D, fifth house is given as E, sixth house is given as F. If this is a village, if you get a letter for A house, the letter will be going for A house only. If the letter is mentioned as B, it will be going for B house only. Similarly, there will be set of addresses in the microprocessor itself, similar to our houses addresses in villages, cities and all. That addresses will be stored in register array. For in post office also, they will be storing our house details, right? Similarly, 90th house is in this house, in this place. 80th house is in this place. F house is situated here. The fifth one. Second row, third column, second column, second row, second column. There will be second row, second column, fifth element is there. The name of house is E. Like that, the addresses will be stored in register array. So a register array is a storage unit within the microprocessor used to store the address data of instruction of any program. So I am going with option number A, address register array. It is used for memory purpose. Question number 4. Which unit controls the input, output and all other devices connected with CPU? Which controls the input and output and all the devices that are connected to CPU? Saying again, name the device, which unit, that is which unit controls the input, output and all the other devices connected to CPU. All controlling session is done by control unit. So I am going with option number A, control unit. Question number 5. The main components of a digital computer are. What are the main components of a digital computer? The main components of a digital computer are CPU, memory unit and input output device. So I am going with option number D, all the above. CPU as a brain, we need memory also, input output device also we need. Without input output device we cannot enter our informations. Question number 6. Computers are classified as. Option A is given as digital computers, option B is given as analog computers. But in practical we have 3 kinds of computers: digital computers, analog computers and hybrid computers. Digital computer means we will be entering instructions in zeros and ones, not as it will be encoded with binary language. In analog computers we will be having with physical variations. Variable physical quantity means the input and output will be in the form of sinusoidal waves. Example, our fuel pump. Not in bikes or bikes and cars, there will be a indicator in fuel. If fuel is dropping, the bar moves down. The fuel is there is a high fuel energy, fuel meter. Example of analog computers is a fuel meter. That is, if there is a drop on fuel, it will goes to the nearby E side. If there is a tank is full, it goes nearby F side. If there is in middle, it will be in middle. That like it performs similar to the, again, example of an analog computer is fuel tank only, fuel indicator. So I am going with option number A and B. In our book, only digital computers and analog computers are given. But in practical, we have 3 kinds of computers: digital computers, analog computers. Hybrid computers is a combination of digital computers and analog computers. So I am going with option number C, both A and B. Digital computers have high accuracy but low speed. High speed but low accuracy. Analog computers have high accuracy but low speed. But hybrid computers have both high accuracy and high speed. Okay. Question number 7. A computing device that operates on data in the form of continuous variable physical quantity is known as. Digital computers. Option B is given as analog computers. Option C is given as both A and B, and option D is given as none of these. A computing device that operates on data in which form continuously variable physical quantity means in the form of sinusoidal waves or some graph in graphical form. Okay. Continuous variable physical computer, I told you it's analog computer, because in digital computers there will be expressed in digits, that is zeros and ones. So I'm going with option number B, analog computers. In digital computers, similar to our normal computer, okay? Normal computer, normal mobile phone. In normal mobile phone, you'll be saying output is not in the form of zeros and ones, but the computer reads in zeros and ones. It will be converted to human language. First, we will be entering our informations in human language, then it will be converted into machine language with the interpreter. Then it will be the computer will execute the operation. It will be again converted to human form, from machine language to human form. Then it will be displayed to output devices, but the machine language is of zeros and ones only. But in analog computer, it will be no zeros and ones, it will be in physical variable, that is in graphical form. Question number 8. The ALU performs which of the following functions or operations? It performs additions, complement, decrement, all the arithmetic and logical operations. Addition means if A element is given as 13 and B element is given as 2, then addition means A plus B, it will be read as 15. C is given as answer means C will be given as 15. If for decrement, if A is given as 13 and B is given as 2, will be given and C is given as A minus B, then we will be getting answer as 11. And for complement, if A is a set of odd numbers and B is asking whether 3 is present in 3, then we will be saying B is a complement of A, because in A we have all the odd numbers, but in B we having 3 comes in A, but A comes in B. No, all the A does not comes in B, because A is a set of odd numbers. In A we will be having 1, 2, 1, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 15, 17, that all be coming in odd numbers, but 3 is only present in B. So B is a complement of A. In that, operations will be done in complement, that addition, decrement, complement all be performed by arithmetic and logic units. So I'm going with option number D, all the above. Question number 9. The Intel 8085 processor has dash following registers. Option A is given as 8-bit accumulator, option B is given as register array, option C is given as flag register, option D is given as all the above. The Intel 8085 processors have all the arrays. 1-bit accumulator, 8-bit accumulator is also a memory only, it's also used for memory only, and register instruction array is for instruction. While installing a software will be having certain instructions. In that case, for executing a program, we will be having certain instructions. That instructions will be stored in register array. How to go, where to go, which register should be stored in which register, it should be stored in first it go in accumulator or register. That all be conditions will be stored in instructions arrays. And flag arrays is similar for middle operations. If there is 5 into 2 plus 3, first 5 into 2, 10 will be there, then the result will be stored as 10 plus 3, then final result will be adding as 10 plus 3 is equal to 13. The final result will be 13, intermediate result will be 10 plus 3. That 10 plus 3 intermediate results will be stored in flag register. So I am going with option number D, all the above. Flag register is stored for intermediate result. Instruction result means we will be having set of instructions that will be stored in registers, and one 8-bit accumulator is used for main memory. Such conditions. So I am going with option number D, all the above. Question number 10. 18085 has dash vector interrupts. 8085 that is a microprocessor type. Intel 8085 is a microprocessor type, and it's a dash vector interrupts. Interrupts mean messages, important messages. Option A means 1 non-maskable and 3 maskable. Option number B is 1 non-maskable and 2 maskable. Option number C is 2 non-maskable and 2 non-maskable. Option number D is given as 3 non-maskable and 1 maskable. 8085 has dash vector interrupts. Vector interrupts means messages. 1 non-maskable and 3 maskable is the right answer. Maskable means it will be having 4, it can give only 4 instructions at a time. It can only gives 4 instructions at a time. 3 instructions can be used and not used, but 1 non-maskable must be used. If non-maskable means if there is a battery, if there is battery is just 5%, it's given as battery is minimum. The program is either saved or it will be plugged in. That is non-maskable. You can't deny it. You have to, if that instruction is displayed, then you can't close it. You have to either plug in or shut down the device, save it and shut down the device. But non-maskable means such as your internet or your antivirus is expired. In that condition, antivirus is expired. You can renew it today or you can renew it tomorrow, or just minimize it or just keep it. You just can give remind me later. That all you can give. Such conditions comes under maskable. In non-maskable, battery, that all conditions comes in non-maskable. So I'm going with option number A, 1 non-maskable and 3 maskable. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please like it and comment on the comment section. Share with your friends. We have all learned a proverb that sharing is caring. So share with your friends. Share the link with your friends and ask them to subscribe the channel. Hope you like the video guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.